Good morning. Hey, don't call the cops. It's just the late night ops. How's it going? Hey, props to Gatorade cans. I think it's pretty cool that they have that, and I never seen it anywhere else. Uh, it's probably some like vending machine thing, but yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty cool, and I don't really know where you buy them for whatever reason. It's like the worst flavors. I mean, but yeah, man, I would like to find where they are. So if anybody knows that, if anybody knows, uh, if anybody knows like Dr Pepper, like berries and cream, I wonder if you can find that in a can. I think, I don't know. I think most of them are like opened. I seen like cans. I try to preserve a can, but it's hard not to like smash it. Cause I mean, where do you put a fucking can? Uh, I have a couple, but yeah, I have like a Mountain Dew one from last year, like mystery flavor. I guess it was candy corn, which for Halloween is kind of kind of predictable, but it was very good. But yeah, I think it's just fun to try like new stuff like that, cause yeah, I mean, like Coke Energy, that's like they're trying to sell it at Kroger for like 250, but nobody's buying them, so they're down to $1. So I guarantee you, Coke Energy is not going to be a thing much longer. But I like that they tried something like that. Yeah, I mean, it honestly just tastes like weird, and honestly, a can of a can of Coca Cola or Pepsi, like as far as the sugar, I think Coke has no wait, Pepsi does have more sugar actually, but Coke, if you drink a Coke, it already has caffeine, and like it. I don't really notice the difference between a Coke Energy and just a regular like Coke. But yeah, I mean, uh, that's what I like about Pepsi though. It's sweeter, sweet little Pepsi, and I mean I like Coke too. I mean they're kind of both good, you know. But yeah, I mean, uh, I will. I seen something about like putting peanuts in a Coke, and I never tried that, or maybe never the proper way. But yeah, I mean, shout out to like uh, trying new stuff like cream soda. It's so close. They have a Dr Pepper that way, but but yeah, I mean, hey, shout out to Men on the Moon 3 coming just in fucking time. Like, thank you, Cuddy, for dropping it. You know, when you say, and like, I like that. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's only right that like the trilogy is completed. Uh, and it sounds like, yeah, I mean, it sounds like there's more stuff to come. But yeah, I mean, I'm very glad. Uh, I'm very glad that he's back in like this mode. I mean, I'm liking it, and I think Cuddy's like back pretty much. Cause yeah, I mean, I think after even I gave it a lot of props, but yeah, I mean, even after after Speeding Bullet to Heaven, I think it was kind of just weird with Cuddy for a while, like then. Uh, And yeah, then when he did the Kids See Ghosts with Kanye, that's when I was like, this is like the Cudi people like love. And when he worked with them on uh, other Kanye stuff, I like that too. And I hope that Kanye and Cudi do more together. So yeah, I mean, I look forward to that. I hope there's like a fucking Kids See Ghosts too. I hope like Trilby second one, and I hope there's like uh, yeah, another Wizard, definitely. Uh, that would be. I think Wizard is like probably. Yeah, I mean, like one of the most underrated albums. I mean, holy fuck, it's pretty badass and really good messages and vibes and really creative, but not in a creative way of like Speeding Bullet to Heaven was that album. It's really, I don't know, but I did give it major. I gave it props, but you know, you start to just think like, well, yeah, I mean, this isn't exactly like what I want from Cudi. I don't. I appreciate. That's the thing, though. Experimenting. That's the. That's the thing. Like experimenting stuff. So it's like I appreciate that. I think that's cool. But yeah, I mean, shout out to Man on the Moon 3. It comes out at a great time. And I started to think about, like, you know, it's been 10 years since Man on the Moon 2 came out. So it just makes, and that was such a big deal for me then, so it is really just like a lot to like take in, and like I'm really really enjoying like really knowing the songs and like feeling them, and yeah, I mean, it's like it's like a gift sent to like you know, get through things and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, shout out, and I'm glad that I'm glad that Cudi's back, and you know, I can't wait to see what he does next. um, hey, okay, I think the weirdest, not the weirdest, I think like most interesting, because they look bizarre, animal is a fucking giraffe. And shout out to actually figuring out how to spell giraffe last night. I was like, man, you always want to look up a giraffe and then you don't even know how to spell it. So like, just look at the word and like think about it. And yeah, it's giraffe, Giraffe. I think I was thinking, I don't know, I thought it was one of those tricky spell things where it's like, it sounds like something, but it's not, but I don't know. But yeah, shout out to giraffes, majorly. We're giving props to fucking giraffes because, man, they're pretty, they're pretty bizarre looking, and like, it's even hard. Yeah, I mean, a fucking anteater. The first time I heard of that, or the first time I seen one, I was like, what the fuck? Because I never even heard of that. I never even heard of an anteater until like, I don't know, very, very late in my life, I knew what an anteater was. And yeah, I mean, they're really weird looking, and that's just like one of those animals. It's like, holy shit. Uh, and yeah, I mean, their name pretty much fucking. Uh, yeah, they're so weird looking. Like, and I would see. I was thinking, like, what if I still did not know what that even was, and I just like seen one. I mean, I'd probably freak out. I'd be like, what in the fuck is that? That's what would be scary if something there's like an animal that yeah, it hasn't been discovered, and then you just like randomly see it or something. Like, I wonder what that would feel like. But also, I don't think I would know. I would not know if it's known or not. But I don't. I wouldn't want to find some fucking frog or like, because there's like 60 million fucking types of frogs, or like bugs. There's all kinds of fucking bugs. There. I mean, who cares? I would want to. I would want to like see something like furry or something that flies or something like that, or like uh, see something like that, because I could be wrong, but I don't know if I've seen a natural like bald eagle like flying around. I don't even know if they're. I don't know. I don't know if they're in this area or if they're all. I would assume they're nation fucking wide because they're kind of the whole like America's bird and all that. So I would assume I've seen one. Bald eagles in Ohio. With the most recent documenting more than 700 nests across the state, the remarkable recovery of bald eagles in Ohio is reaching new heights. The recent numbers are a far cry from around 40 years ago when Ohio was the home to only 4 breeding pairs of bald eagles. Okay, so it sounds like they're back. So yeah, I mean that's the thing. Fucking all you see, I mainly see vultures or man-eating birds. Yeah, I mean they look for dead stuff, and you know, yeah, I mean they're flying around all the time. But I don't ever see a bald eagle, and I don't ever see an owl either. I don't remember one time hearing an owl outside. But I mean, they gotta be around. Eight owls, 8 owl species that live in Ohio. Wow. I wonder if there's like a fucking owl map. Okay. The great horned owl is right here in fucking Ohio. Wow. Holy fuck. Okay, a map shows that year round, it just has the whole fucking thing is covered, all the whole North America. And it says year round, so they're fucking everywhere. Okay, bared horn owl is in Ohio. See, that thing is like a little bit creepy looking. I like the other one. Bared owls are common in Ohio. They're the species that have absorbed the most in the wild. They're incredibly curious and inquisitive, and many times will watch as you walk past them, even if they get nervous as you approach. Typically, they just fly off a bit to another tree to continue observing. And it shows a map for these guys. They're year-round. Mostly, they don't go into fucking Nebraska. That's where they stop. So the owls were like, "Hey, fuck Nebraska." I mean, they don't go anywhere other than the east. They go down to Florida. They go a little bit to Mexico. They go a little bit into Canada, and yeah, the whole eastern United States. So they're in Ohio. I don't get why I never see them though. I don't never see any of these. I would love to see an owl out here, like a wild owl. That's the thing. I think like seeing a horse is one thing, but seeing like a wild horse, that would be fucking cool. Like it's wild. It's a fucking horse, and it's just wild. Like that would be cool to see, but they're probably like, you probably get like trampled by them. So I don't know if you should like go up to them, but just to see one from afar would be cool. All right, another owl that's in Ohio is a eastern screech owl. Now this guy is my type of owl. He's cute. He looks cool. He's small. He's got he's got different colors and stuff. Yeah, he's screech owls may remind you of a professional wrestler since they are short, stocky, and have no necks. They weigh in at 4.2 to 8.6 ounces. 120 to 244 grams of owl. 6.3. Okay, here's the like U.S. thing I would know. 6.3 to 9.8 inches. 16 to 25 centimeters. I would like to know. They don't get. They have a wingspan of 18 to 24 inches. The owls can either be gray or red, without a third of all individuals being red. Fake, of course. Owls have real ears on the side of their heads. Below their feathers and parallel with their eye line, they may simply be camouflaged to break up their silhouette, but can also be moved to communicate with other owls, such as a safe spot to mate or to back off to a competitor. That's the thing, like, it seems kind of cool that, like, animals, they only have, like, one sound they can make, well, most of them. There's, like, a bird that talks, like a parrot. That's still bizarre to me, like, thinking about a fucking parrot talking. Here. Let's, I want to hear. I think it's almost freaky in a way, because it's like a fucking parrot is fucking talking. Shit. Okay. Alright, this is. Okay, there's two different things, I guess. Them saying words, one, and then this is one that says, these birds are talking to each other. Alright, it's two birds sitting and they're like, I guess talking. Shout out to Cornfield Internet. There we go. See, I don't know what these kinds are. What? They're parrots. Well, they're. Whoa. That's so bizarre, cause like, are they just making the sound, or are they really like communicating? And like, how do they communicate with like words in their head, or do they just like go? Like, how do you have thoughts if you can't have words? Cause like your thoughts are like words. Okay, and then here, here's a. Uh, Here's a African gray parrot that knows 200 sounds and words. Okay. Well, holy fuck. A fucking bird knows 200 words. That is just like mind blowing. It's yeah. Shout out to the crops, but I give him props, but uh, shout out to. It sounds like a guy whistling. Well,
say hi.
well, his around his neck looks like a flower. Very fluffy. I like.
Can you be a little more polite?
This is a bird.
Are you famous? What keeps you safe? Good.
So I can tell what he said though.
Are you a pirate?
I said iron. Holy shit.
Can you blow a kiss? Can you toot? That's gross.
What the? Huh?
How about some animal set? Elm? Can you do a red wolf?
Here, I'm gonna
How
turn
about
the
an owl?
quality.
The pretty songbirds?
Oh,
How
it's
about a
on
rooster?
one thing.
Can you do a horse? Good. How about a pig that needs to go on a diet? How about your best friend, the skunk? Stinker. Can you fall down?
Holy.
Did that hurt? Cry like a baby. Can you do a cat? How about a dog? Can you bark? Good. That big cat from the jungle. You fit on the spaceship? And shoot the lasers? Gonna make everyone scream. That sounds evil. Can you do water?
Wow.
How about a knock at the door? Can you help me start the car? What would you do for a peanut? Good. Can you get down?
No way. It's a funky bird. Holy fuck.
Can you sing? How about some opera? Figaro? Good. Can you sing in the shower?
Off rhythm, but we'll give it to him. I mean, that was pretty.
That also kind of sounds like Rocky Top. Do you happy birthday?
So it can sing. That is really freaky.
Good. My son, are we in trouble? How about your new laugh? Is it hysterical? Is it dusty? Good.
You sneezed.
Good. The most annoying sound in the world.
Shout out to Dumb and Dumber.
Would you like to ride the roller coaster? It's a blast. Good.
Holy shit. Alright, well here's something explaining how parrots talk.
Live TV from 85 plus channels.
Because it really...
YouTube TV. Try it free.
It really is bizarre.
Smooth driving pays off with Allstate.
Parrots have an uncanny ability to mimic human speech. Their mad vocal skills have let them co-host TED Talks, sing in heavy metal bands, and made them the pet of choice to deliver punchlines in pirate movies. Part of this is just being able to make the sounds that we do. Parrots have articulate tongues, which can move around in their mouths and shift frequencies to make human-like vowel sounds. But mostly, parrots have unique brains. When the majority of birds chirp or sing, they're making noises that are hardwired. But parrots can create new vocalizations, which scientists call vocal learning. Not only that, but something about their neurons make them incredibly good at vocal mimicry, replicating the sounds or calls of other species. Only 3 types of birds are capable of vocal learning: hummingbirds, songbirds, and parrots. Scientists don't know exactly how vocal learning helps them, but freestyling might let different groups of birds tell each other apart, which could help them identify enemies and form strong social bonds. Despite being very different birds, hummingbirds, songbirds, and parrots all have 7 clusters of neurons in their brain called song nuclei. Since other birds don't have these brain regions, scientists think they've got to be behind vocal learning. The song nuclei are surrounded by or next to parts of the brain that control movement. The ones involved in learning are towards the front of the brain, and those involved in sound production are farther back. But just having song nuclei doesn't explain why parrots are so much better at, well, parroting speech. Now, most research on mimicry in parrots uses the common parakeet, or budgie, as a model for the whole group. But in 2015, researchers took a look at the brains of a bunch of different parrots, and found that they all had something that hummingbirds and songbirds didn't: an extra layer, or shell, surrounding each nucleus. It's a bit like the candy coating on a Skittle. Parrots have the full candy, while other birds just have the fruity core. And differences in the amount of shell seem to correlate to mimicking abilities. Expert imitators like the African gray parrot have much larger shell regions
So
and smaller
basically,
cores.
they just have a thing in their brain that does
and
it.
peach-faced lovebirds.
I guess.
So far, it's just a correlation, so these shells may not be the reason, or the only reason, why parrots are super mimics. Not to mention, scientists don't know how the shells function right now, although they know that the shells link to each other and make different connections than the cores. Based on similarities in the types of genes expressed in each brain region, scientists think that this double-layered song system may have come about because song nuclei got duplicated more than 29 million years ago. We humans didn't gain our refined linguistic abilities until millions of years later. So when it really comes down to it, who's mimicking whom? Thanks to our Patreon patron, Joanne K, for asking.
So they're saying fucking birds, or a parrot, could do that before humans even were around. So that's pretty crazy. Well, yeah, holy fuck. Well, yeah, I mean, shout out to fucking parrots. Shout out to giraffe. Okay. Yeah, this is what people always talk about, them like fighting with their fucking necks. And that's what I think is so weird about a giraffe. Is like, they're just so weird looking, like, they're so tall and like, but it's like very interesting. And it's just bizarre. And I would love to see one, like naturally sometime. I'd love to do that. That would be probably the craziest thing ever. But here's giraffes fighting.
That's a Chromebook with apps for whatever you need. For fun, for getting it done, and for everything in between.
It's just weird how every single thing is like.
What's next? Switch to apps for whatever.
It's just weird, like, cause you know everything is like. It's like you take what you are, like, and you use that to be helpful, like a anteater fucking surviving by, you know, eating ants, cause like that's how his that's why his, like, their noses are like that. So, and a giraffe, you know, he's like, hey, they figured out, like, hey, I got a long neck, so that's what my best, like, method. And yeah, this is giraffes fighting. So they're all peaceful, and then they just go flailing. They look like the fucking car dealership things, and they're like standing. Wow, that it looks like one of those. It looks like one of those competitions where people fucking challenge each other, like punch each other in the face, which is fucking just really, it seems really dumb and like low level thinking, but yeah, they're like standing beside each other. They're standing side to side, and it sounds very it's so it's it's so weird because like they just seem so chill about it too. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I think that's bizarre, and I seen something on YouTube, some series of like uh, they recreated like ancient battles of like Romans and, you know, those type of things, like how they fought, because I think it's so weird that at one point they just like fucking like ran at each other. And it's really interesting because they had to like form all these weird like tactics and like all these maneuvers and stuff. Like, it's really cool. And yeah, that's just like people using the tools they had at the time, and then we figured things out more. And yeah, I mean, everything just like evolves, and yeah, I mean, it seems like that would be really fucking scary, because you're just like, they'll literally like go up to each other on a hill or just like open land, which I guess this would be what they did for a long time, but this is just like what I've seen on there. Like, but yeah, like yeah, they just go on a hill and fucking wait, which is kind of like the trenches and stuff, I guess. But I'm talking like them just being like, all right, run. And then what about the guy in the front? He's just like, well, I mean, he's fucked. I seen one thing where I forget what it was, maybe like Persian. It was some other like ancient army like that, and they had like, they charged with long spears, and like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's really effective, but no, one of the things I've seen, they got like overthrown and stuff. And I just think it's interesting, like, holy fuck, that would be the ultimate like scary. Cause yeah, I mean, that shit's fucking brutal. And the fucking poor horses and shit, damn. Yeah, that sucks and all. Like, I get why they needed horses for like battle and shit, but it is sad. Like, damn, this is a fucking horse. He's just like innocent and stuff, and he don't know what's going on. He don't know that like humans like are like that. He don't get it. He's just a horse, and he's like, well, what the fuck? He's like, well, I'm gonna take you as the lead, and then they go get killed, and like it's sad. But yeah, cause yeah, I mean they don't even know what's going on. But yeah, I mean that's just what it is. I mean, I guess a horse is a fucking tool, in a way. But yeah, I mean also, well yeah, I guess there's. I wonder how many there are. Because I mean, there's a lot of like. Okay. The U.S. horse population is 3.8 million. Because I mean, everybody. There's a lot of people that have that around here, but like, I'm talking a fucking wild horse. U.S. horse population 3.8 million, which makes me think, fucking, how many deer? See, you know, it sucks. I would never want to shoot a fucking deer. I think it'd just be sad. I would not want to do that to myself. But it is needed. Because guess what? There are... Oh. How many deer? Yeah, I mean, it's for population control. But I get it. Let somebody else go do that. I mean, it's food. I knew a kid that a long time ago that like did that and like brought beef jerky into or deer jerky into school, and I bought like he was selling it, and it was very good. The U.S. total. The total U.S. deer population in 2017 was 33.5 million, up from a recent 32 million. Down from the peak in 2000, about 38 million deer. I mean, damn, there's fucking 33 million deer. So, I mean, I would never want to do that myself, but I get why it's needed, and yeah, I mean, they're just dangerous. They're fucking stupid. Like, they don't know what a car is. They just run out and stuff, and like, it happens a lot. And yeah, I mean, especially out in this area, like, you could just be going and, I mean, you gotta really be on the lookout, because they just pop out, and they have no idea. And yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't really see them as a problem, but I get that part. And it's also, I mean, it is meat, it's food, so that is what animals, it's the food chain, basically. Think about it like that. Like, we just happen to be at the top of the food chain, and because every other animal eats each other out there, or like other things out there, and it's really brutal, but it's just nature. It's like just nature doing its thing. They don't think stuff like that. They just think like, hey, I gotta eat, and like there it is. Like, and it's just like how it works. But yeah, it's not like it's not like we need 33 million deer. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I do like seeing them, but I just want them to stay out of the fucking road, because they're nice and all. I miss fucking rabbits. I used to see rabbits, but I haven't seen those. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, as far as the hot spots for fucking deer, it seems like Ohio is one of the most. Yeah, it's like light green or darkish greenish, and then Indiana seems to have the most. Florida has a lot of deer, which I did not think. I didn't expect that. But yeah, deer don't go to California. Deer don't go to Utah. Deer aren't in Oregon. Deer aren't in South Dakota. And deer aren't in New Mexico. And there's barely any fucking deers in Tennessee, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Alabama, Louisiana, Michigan, Wisconsin. So yeah, I mean, Kentucky has some of the most. Yeah, I mean, holy shit. But yeah, I mean, it's sad, but yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. I just personally don't do it. Wouldn't want to do it myself, and because I would not find joy in that at all. Like a fucking deer just being all happy, walking along, and then some guy's like, "Hey," I mean, at least use it if you're gonna do it. Don't just fucking. I don't know what they do. I think they usually take it, right? Because otherwise, what the? Well, yeah, I guess the population. I don't know. It's just one of those like Mother Nature things. I mean, it's just how it is. But yeah, I mean, it's stuff to see and stuff, or like think about, and. But yeah, I mean, it's the food chain. We just happen to be at the top of the food chain. So props to that. Props to it being a Friday. Props to the operations going to be sunny. Props to weekend operation would be kind of make a better setup for the late night ops, not live radio hour podcast. And yeah, I mean, I got some ideas about it, but yeah, I'm gonna try to figure something better for that, and yeah, I mean, enjoy the fact that it's sunny, and props to the fact that you know, rain actually is coming in the morning, but I don't know. I don't mind like a cozy like rain sometimes, but I only like when it's raining. I don't like after it's done raining. Yeah, I mean, then it's just all fucking wet. It's the same when it's the same with the snow. I love the fucking snow, but once it melts, it just becomes fucking the worst. Everything smells weird. And yeah, I mean, I hate when it melts, but yeah, I mean, I do hope we get some like snow days coming in soon, though, because it really only matters during December, and then by January, which is when it always comes the hardest here usually, like January, February, we always think we dodged fucking winter, and then it like sneaks up on us. At least in Ohio. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't remember much happening last year really with snow. But yeah, I hope we get something in before December, because that's when it is the best time for it. But, you know, I am very, very much giving props, because it probably will get like that soon. But yeah, I mean, shout out, follow the operations. It's Late Night Ops TV, Late Night Ops Pod. Shout out to The Day. Shout out to Men on the Moon 3. Thank you. It's a really good gift. Truly, and that's gonna be awesome. Shout out to The Weeknd. Shout out to The Sun. Shout out to Gatorade in a fucking can. And props to giraffes. Props to fucking anteaters. Props to owls. And yeah, props to life. Props to the ops. The Late Night Ops. We'll see you with the podcast. The ops out of here.